You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie them to the ground. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going at and turn it back around. You can't stop me.
Well, good evening. Welcome to the Psych Coffee Shop. I'm Aeson Knight, and of course, with me tonight is Techy with the mostest, Techy Joe. How are you, darling?
You know, honestly, a little tired. It's been a day.
It has. It has been a worldwide trip from Beckley to Charleston and back again.
It has been. It has been. A few
Yeah.
stops along the way.
A few stops along the way. Got to throw, Mama Knight out the door once or twice and pick her back up.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And a couple attempts at hitting sudden link and just not being able to quite catch them. Because, they have to take that 12-to-1 lunch break.
Well, they have to have a 12-to-1 lunch. It's required by their contract. Not.
Oh, goody.
It's in the fine print.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, on, bill page 253?
Yes.
Okay, great. No, so I think we have mentioned, so we got the new router from Suddenlink. Yeah, now I'm having to go return the old one.
Yes.
Should be quick and easy. It isn't. Our nearest office is 20-some minutes away. And, good luck trying to catch them when they're actually, there, functional.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do have Mercury going into retrograde as we're doing a few different updates. Yes, this is what happens. So, we got the new router, and that was fun. I got to spend the day in Beckley while you made everything go back to working the way it should.
Finally, yes. It took a little bit.
Yes, it does. It takes a lot when everything is connected to one brain hub.
Oh.
I know. And then we done something about, we started Friday because it was Thursday that I lost my temper.
Mm-hmm. We did. So go into that. So, yeah.
All right, guys. I have been using and working with Straight Talk for a little while. We moved from Cricket to Straight Talk when Aeson needed a new phone. Yep. Hi, Alicia. How are you, darlings? Nice to see you on. Hi, Shannon.
Hello.
So we got Straight Talk as a temporary one. Thought, we'd try it out. Other people have used them. They have good success with them. But you got to remember, I'm a high call data user. We have to see how that is.
Yeah, you're a little brutal on your cell phone.
I'm very brutal on my cell phone. So it's probably buy me the best, and I need the best plans available.
Yeah, otherwise you have to keep refilling.
Yeah, which is what I had to keep doing. It seemed like every 2.5 weeks I was refilling Straight Talk, and I'm like, this is supposed to be a 30-day unlimited plan, their platinum plan.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no platinum to
it. Not really, no.
So we made the decision to go to AT&T.
We did.
Yeah. And we enjoyed AT&T. You got to handle AT&T. Tell us now that you wear an AT&T shirt, which I just think comical.
One of the random things we find.
Yeah.
It really, save it for special occasions. Seriously, we're not kidding. Well.
Other side.
Yeah, there it is. So anyway, but yeah, no. So no, I've always liked AT&T. I have to back up. Now, way back in the day, I was a Singular customer. If y'all remember that company. For me, that was the Cadillac of cell phone companies. They really were good. Singular really treated their customers well. Mm-hmm. And then AT&T bought them.
Mm-hmm.
So then I became an AT&T customer. And it was a little rough there that first year. They were having to honor those old contracts. And they were a little grouchy about that. Because if y'all remember, Singular had some awesome contracts. Really flippin' awesome contracts. So yeah, that was the hard transition with them, but after that they were like, they really were good. Like they were always good to me.
Right.
In that front. Now, I did previously have issues with AT&T. Like, I just got to put that out there. That was with one stupid phone that they sold. And poor broke college student me bought the stupid little phone. Basically in one of those like penny clearance kind of moments. Yeah, we had to replace that sucker 3 times and never could get it to work, and they were adamant they were not going to upgrade that. So,
right,
that was one of those like, but I bought a phone and I'm paying for service and it doesn't work.
Yeah,
and they're like, you can buy another one. Like, they replaced it 3 times. I have to say that's a lot.
Right. That is a lot. That is a lot of problems.
They've been good. They were good with this. We did run into some issues, like welcome to that Mercury retrograde thing. So this quick, easy SIM card swap out, no, it wasn't. I spent quite a while on the phone, but we were like really great customer service. They were being awesome. They were awesome. To get the issues fixed. Right. And then we get down to the last phone that we have to move over, get the SIM card in and everything up and running. And we had forgotten one small factor, which is that was a branded phone with Straight Talk. So I had to call them and be like, hi, I'd like my unlock code, please. And they said, well, you haven't had service for 12 continuous months. That will be $102 plus tax to unlock that phone. And I'm sitting here going, wait a minute. This phone was like $200 when we bought it outright. It's not a bad phone. It was like, that's why we bought it. It was worth the $200, but it wasn't a premium phone.
Right.
Like it wasn't. It wasn't. And I'm going, there's no way I'm spending another $100 on that phone. Like, first of all, we already paid for it.
Right.
Second of all, it's not worth another $100. Like, you never had another $100 of value on that phone. Yeah. So, yeah. But fun true story, we found out. You can slap an AT&T SIM card into pretty much anything.
Yep.
In terms of AT&T don't care if you bought the cheapest prepaid phone on the market.
They don't care.
It will work with the postpaid service. It doesn't care.
Right. And what, Ashley says they're overpriced. Not really. Their new plan is unlimited for $35 a month.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what we're paying per phone, is $35 a month, unlimited everything.
No, we went up to the 40s.
Yeah.
For the hotspot.
Yeah, we got the hotspot at 40.
Yeah.
All right. So to answer Ashley's question, Mercury will be in retrograde from the 26th to the lovely October 19th.
I don't know. Don't
yeah,
tell me.
It goes direct on October 19th, so almost a full month.
Okay.
In Libra.
Ooh.
The house of balance. Yeah. Off balance.
Could we get off balance in a good direction? Like, can we just have too much good shit going on? Like, that's where I'm at. Can we have too much good shit going on? Yeah. Like, that's where I want to be. But all right. And then, you got a question coming up.
I've got a couple.
You do. All right. So let's see where all we are at. Looks like the first one is Elisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa 7566. will I ever get to see my grandkids and be in their life? Aww.
Look here. I feel you will be in their life. The problem is the parents, and they've got to get over themselves. Okay? I feel like you'll definitely be in their life. You'll be part of their life, and you just got to sit and wait this one out.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And Sandy points out, where I live, I can almost see the AT&T tower. Go about 6 miles and lose that, and it goes to Verizon. I understand.
Yep.
West Virginia is a hard state for cell phone service providers. It really can be.
Yep.
So you end up with pockets where things work, and they work beautifully, and they are wonderful, and life is grand.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other pockets where it's like, are you getting me?
Right. And Elisa, I'm going to say about 18 months before you are in those children's life again.
Okay. We
are very happy with AT&T, and no, currently that is their standard plans. We are not a corporate company.
No, we didn't do corporate rate. That's currently what they're at. Because now I will say, and for those of you that are, because I know you, I know, before y'all even bring it up, some of y'all are baristas and you got the newsletter, and I have talked probably about this time last year, I think it was, on the benefits of prepaid plans.
Mm-hmm.
It was there. About a year ago, it was there. There was still the benefit. We had been doing this for a while. We had loved the plans we had. Because I made the change out of AT&T. Probably a decade before. I said, sayonara to the AT&T. Because it was at that point, it was, I think, $140 a month was where one line of service for me was at. And I was like, this is ridiculous. But it's starting to rebalance.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. I think they finally decided, you know what? We don't need to charge that much.
Right.
There's only so much premium to be had.
Right. And what's interesting, this is so weird to me, looking at the phone services.
Mm-hmm.
The more phones you get on a plan, the cheaper the plans are.
Mm-hmm. They're really all about the on the postpaid accounts right now. They're all about the don't send me a bill, and for the love of God, auto pay.
Right.
And I'm sitting here going, that kind of sounds like the current prepaid setup.
Yeah.
If you set up a prepaid account, it the only notice you really get that you need to put some money on this is your phone quits working.
Yeah.
It's talk about paperless billing. It's paperless billing. And if you want to have continuous service, you will prepay for it. In terms of, you will have a card on that account that it bills to every single month.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we have some commentary to go on here and a question. But Elisa, I would love to see pictures of him. Feel free to do that, but you can go ahead and read her comment because she's one of my oldies.
Okay, so Elisa says, you read for my daughter years ago before she got married and told her she'd have a son that would be a sports phenomenon, and he is in baseball.
Awesome.
I wish you could see the pics of him playing. I just wish I could enjoy them.
Aww. You will.
Aww.
You will. You got to remember, though, honey, they got to grow up and learn their own lessons.
All right, and then it looks like Ashley's mother-in-law is showing up to be all hi.
All right, let's see what's going on with her.
All right, so this actually is the question for the mother-in-law. 92971. Did Mr. Squidward tell the truth? Does he really care about my mother-in-law? And is he seeing someone else?
He isn't seeing someone else, but by golly, she's carrying suitcases around of worry. She needs to knock that shit off. She already know by now the man's worth that amount of worry. I do feel that Mr. Squidward and her will do quite well together. I feel he is telling the truth. He isn't saying anybody else, but he running his beak something awful. Like she gonna have to gut him up just to get a peace of mind out of him after she gets done worrying about him.
And he gets this nickname. Like the description fits from like what we've heard. Yeah. That's a fair nickname. Love it. Also, one more question. Will mother-in-law ever reconnect with Elvis?
No.
What?
Wrong Elvis.
Oh, okay.
All right. Emma. Hi, Emma. Welcome to the show. What we do here is we do direct questions. So, yes, you can have a reading, but I need your birth date and your specific question. Love reading is not a birth date.
Absolutely. So, month, day, and year. Need all three.
Yep.
All right. Then we have Devin. Devin 3/16/78. Will I meet a hot Viking man this day? This fall. Sorry. Catching up now.
I feel you meet more than one, dear. I think you're going to have options here to figure out which one you want. Personally, I prefer a good shield bearer, but it's up to you which type of Viking you want, whether it's a battle axe or a sword fighter or a shield bearer. So I definitely see three prospects here. One's a little older, one's a little wiser, and one's really religious. Your choice on which one you take.
There you go.
Yep. Alrighty.
So, yeah, looks like Emma's going to be just a minute. I know it can take a while to get the catch up and then plug everything in. So,
yep.
We'll be here.
Love you too, Elisa. Hopefully when all this crap is over, we can come see you. She's in Paintsville. Lovely, lovely hotel there. Great food. And we'll bring alcohol. It's a dry county.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was really interesting. It's a dry county.
Alrighty.
But let's talk about that a minute. The numbers are crap.
Mm-hmm.
The people are crazy. They're not doing what they want. I heard they're drinking weed killer.
What? Like, I'm sorry, dewormer wasn't enough. Now we're going with like weed be gone or what?
The crap you sprinkled in my driveway, and I got grass.
Oh, well, that's not weed killer. See, I screwed up. Let me just explain this real quick. It was literally called a weed killer. It was not a weed killer. It was basically
Roundup.
It was a very aggressive grass seed that will grow motherfucking anywhere. Like that stuff, like if I were trying to fill a hole in my yard or choke all the weeds out, beautiful mix. Would have loved it. Not what we were trying to do.
No, but no, they're drinking the weed killer. They're also now gargling, and please do not do this. Gods, please not do this.
No.
Do not drink weed killer. Do not drink bleach. Do not take ivermectin, horse dewormer. Please do not drink iodine. Do not swallow iodine. It will not cure COVID.
Jump one more ahead and just be like, and mercury is not to be played with.
Yes, mercury is not a treatment. That is what was originally used during the medieval ages to treat syphilis. I'm looking for them to try it with this crap.
Well, and colloidal silver will basically turn you into a smurf.
Yes.
Like, just in case we need to, like, list all of these out.
Yes, chloropsilver water is fine in small doses. Doesn't help you a damn bit with COVID, but it has been known to deal with internal parasites. If you drink too much of it, you will turn into a blue smurf.
Yes.
Everything about you turns blue. Your skin, Your pee, your urine, your fecal matter, your tears, your
Don't play
spit.
with it.
You turn into a Smurf, people.
Yeah.
Okay, our emergency rooms are already stressed enough.
Well,
Matter
and
of
people
fact,
are already having trouble finding hospital beds. Like,
right. I mean,
please don't, like, right now, like, let's just be blunt. Fuck around and find out is not something you want to do right now.
right.
On anything, on, like, at all. Do not screw with the universe or anything in it.
Mhm.
Do not poke the bears.
Right.
Because when you go to the hospital, there's nowhere for you, especially here in the state of West Virginia.
Well, there's no place for you in the state of West Virginia. There's no place for you in Kentucky. There's only one area in Kentucky that had two hospital beds this morning. Iowa's already moved to critical care measures, meaning that they are making a determination in triage if you would survive.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we are sending you home with comfort measures.
Well, and there's the recent story of the guy who simply had a heart attack, needed an ICU bed at over 40 facilities before they found one, and then he ended up dying because they couldn't provide the care.
Right.
Like, that's where we're at. This is, I really can't stress enough when you watch post-apocalyptic movies or television shows like The Walking Dead, like, things like that. I Am Legend. The fact that you could literally die right now of something that, I don't know, what are we up to? Like 2 years ago almost? You would have been perfectly fine and lived a long, happily ever after. Right now, you can die from that because there's no room at the end.
Well, here's the hard facts of it. You could die of a common cold right now. So please get your flu shots. Get your flu shots. Get your vaccine if you don't have one, but also get your flu shots. Hello, Miss Kathy. We are nice to see you back. We've been very nice to have you back on at the table. Your coffee's to the left. The whiskey's over in the right corner because you're going to need it for some of today's show.
Oh, dear. All right. And Devin has a question.
Okay, what's up?
31678. Am I right to cut the people out of my life that I have?
Yes, you have the permission, the ability, the logical sense to fire anybody you need to in your life.
Well, but there's also sometimes that little bit of self-doubt that creeps in. Is like, maybe I'm the problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been there. I've had that moment where I go to, like, have to shut someone down and be like, no, this ain't working. And I really do have to struggle through the, like, is it me?
Right.
Am I broken? Like, do I have a malfunction here? Like, what's my issue?
Right.
And then it's like, no, my issue's you. You know what I mean? Like, nope, it's specifically you. And like, okay, bye-bye.
Right. And you're perfectly fine to fire people that do not make you feel good.
Yeah. But it's always an important self-question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make sure you're not the problem. Because I know you've had to, oh God, you have had to, by clients, run into people that it's like, oh, honey, everyone else in your life is not the problem.
Well, I do, but with Devin's case, that's not the issue here. Looking at the cards, Devin, cut those cords, fire those people, hand off those pink slips. It's very good for you to do.
Oh, Ashley's like, I took an ice cream break. Did we get our question?
An ice cream break? Okay.
Oh, no, we did not. I'm sorry, I jumped out of order. Ashley, 82696, is everything still going well with my housing stuff? That was my malfunction. I apologize.
Let me take a look here.
But we support ice cream breaks. Those are awesome.
Yes, just remember that you must have chocolate syrup and nuts to go with it. But looking at it, Ashley, I think it's going as we said it would. She knows what I mean with that one.
And okay, so now we need to know, like, what's the ice cream? What you got over here? Like, tease me, tempt me. Come on, what you can't just say ice cream. There's so many options there.
Oh, Devin is up in the game here.
Oh, wine breaks too, baby. Okay. Klondike and Magnum bars. All right. I'll allow it. That's cool. I haven't tried the Magnum bars yet, though. I really haven't.
Well, we'll have to talk about those.
Do I now?
We'll talk about those.
Okay, you know they're made by two separate companies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're in two different cases. You, unfortunately, have exposed me to something very, very dangerous.
No, I was reading this thing recently where someone was confused by the idea that Magnum condoms and Magnum ice cream were two different companies. And I can see their point. The lettering and everything for the two companies has some overlap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was very bad choice for that ice cream company to come in and be like, what are we going to call it? Magnum. Okay, guys. All right, cool. And what's our font going to be? And our company colors? All right. Dang. Oh, about the Apple release. Good God, we've been so busy with phones and stuff. There's an Apple release. What is Apple releasing now?
Well, Aeson was prepared to discuss the Apple release, because this is the fall release, on Friday.
Oh, God, not the iPhone. Right, the iPhone 13. Sorry, yeah. Oh, fair. Devin is like, it's like frozen sex on a stick. Okay, Devin, sweetheart, honey. I don't know where to go with this, but I worry about people that decry anything or as better than sex or as good as sex that is food. And the reason I say this is I worry. Like where are you at with your sex life?
That's not this show.
I know we're not going there. I'm just saying though, I worry. But yeah, there's been a lot announced, and I did read a little bit about this week on the iPhone 13. I know everyone's currently a little upset. Is it just doesn't seem like Apple's going to do anything useful?
Well, I think they're going to disappoint me on the iWatch 7.
Oh, seriously?
Looking like it.
Well, let's see. CNET today is pretty much at, let's see where they're at. I'm scrolling, like we're pulling stuff as it happens. So Apple Watch 7 and direct quotes, Apple's next generation wearable could include some new key features like a sleek flat-edged redesign, improvements in battery life, and a possible blood glucose monitoring sensor.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still, yeah. So, but apparently, whatever was holding up production has been resolved, according to a recent investor note. And so mass production does start the middle of this month.
Right. But no, looking at the picture here, I am not seeing the glucose symbol.
Oh, are they starting to drop that? Oh,
car keys and house keys, all-day battery life, cycling updates, fall detection during workouts, Pilates and Tai Chi workouts, world clock, fully operational, EKG and blood oxygen app, large, always on retained display, no mention of glucose here. Come on, Apple. You almost had a fully operational Apple customer.
Well, but no. Oh, it is pretty. I will give them pretty. It's pretty.
It's pretty, but
I mean, come on. Like, seriously, can we talk about the fact that Apple Watch hasn't been so easy on the eyes for a few years now? Like of anything Apple has ever created, I have to point out that iWatch line for a while was just kind of like, like that's the best you could do. Like, can you get Steve Jobs in here? Like, start channeling, start some mediumship. Let's like get this figured out, because what the heck? Like, it was a little ugly. But yeah, no, the future of health on full display. Measure your blood oxygen level with a revolutionary sensor and app. Take an ECG anytime, anywhere. Check your heart rate, along with other innovations like mindfulness and sleep tracking to keep you healthy from head to toe. Series 7 puts more health insights in sight.
Right, but not the health insights we needed. I don't need something to remind me to be mindful or to teach me Taekwondo. Everybody wanted the glucose meter in a smartwatch. Samsung and Apple rumored it, thought about it, expressed it out. Everybody has been waiting for this watch, and both companies has let us down yet again. I told you, we are staunch no Apple household.
Well, that's not entirely true. I would love to own lots of Apple products. I can't afford them, and quite frankly, performance-wise, I've not been thrilled.
Well, again,
now Apple has some valid excuses. They've had some issue, or they did have some issues with the Intel arrangement, and their stuff got stuck on like some really crappy hardware for a while because they weren't getting better. And now they've done the new all-in-one system on a chip thing. I'm still holding back on that. Like,
I know, but what I'm saying is I told him, if Apple comes out with it, at that time we were going to go and get, the new. I want the iPhone, I want the iWatch, get me an iPad. If I have to go Apple, I have to go Apple all the way.
I don't like how restrictive Apple products are, or how restrictive Apple is as a company. I really don't like the fact that they don't consider you to own your devices. That's one of the other big issues I have. I think Apple products are in many cases very elegant. They are beautiful products. I won't always say Apple does the best design engineering in terms of like internals. And there are whole channels on YouTube dedicated to that one. Like, Apple's done some really screwy placement inside their laptops for years. So you end up with laptops that severely overheat, and it's purely because of poor placement of components. But that said, they have pushed a lot of things forward and changed a lot of the ways that we do things. Like, your Android smartphone is ultimately, pretty much because of Apple. Like, the iPhone made this a thing.
I'd debate that. I think the BlackBerry made this a thing.
No, because you gotta remember, BlackBerry still had the small screen and the nav wheel.
Right, Apple, but otherwise, I think we would still be at Flip, which we're back with Samsung. And
well, now if you're nostalgic for your flip phone days, Samsung has you covered.
Yeah, now you were telling me about that because we almost bought one for you last night.
Yeah, we were having a rough time. Like, we were getting ready to do the cell phone juggle to take care of the situation with the one phone. And I'm glad we didn't. Like, I really had not delved too deeply into the fold and flip line. I just kind of made the mental leap that, well, of course, this is their flagship phone. I'm sure they put everything in there one would expect from a flagship phone. No, they did not. This is like you're buying the ability, like the folding screen. That's what you're buying. That's it. Everything else looks like 3-year-old components.
Mm-hmm.
Like your camera sensors are like crap. Your storage is crap. Like all of it is basically geared to make sure you can battery life wise, which the battery's even smaller, but battery life wise, be able to run all those fucking screens.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's everything that phone is geared to do is multiple screens. Everything else takes a hit.
Right.
You are buying a giant screen. That's it. That's all you bought. As cool as it may be, as cool as it looks, as cool as the concept is, and I'm not even real sure. Like last night, I think I would have tried it. I'm so glad we didn't.
Right.
That I went. I gotta think on this. Because I went back and looked at the specs, and I was like, that would be literally. This is my Note 10. Yes, I got the little Aria one. But this is my Note 10.
Right.
This phone released like 3 years ago. It's a year and almost 2 years old now. To me, it would be a downgrade for me to get the Fold or the Flip from what I have from 3 years ago when it originally released.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
That's very ridiculous. That's very scary in general. So, all right, guys, I want to talk astrology. And here's why I want to talk astrology. We've got some interesting things going on. We have, we're in the 14th of the month. Mars is squaring off in Libra, meaning Mars is telling other planets to go fuck themselves for the next 6 months.
Hey, I was early because that's what I told that representative with Straight Talk last night.
Then we move into, of course, the full moon on the 20th in Pisces, dreamy emotions, daydreaming. It's time to collect your personal power during that time.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, full moon Pisces on the 20th.
What? It was funny.
I know. Mercury moves into Libra. Venus enters Scorpio. And those two things together is you have dreamy with high sexual tension. Of course, okay. Then we move into the sun entering Libra, fall equinox on the 22nd. This is the time if you want to start figuring out where you need to bring balance into your life, do it on the 22nd.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so Mercury, who is already is in Libra, already told everyone to go fuck off, decides to pick on Pluto in Capricorn. Now, for those that are following the astrology saga, we tend to have information on COVID whenever someone fucks with Pluto.
Well, I mean, Pluto's still a little ticked about being demoted.
He's still a little ticked about being demoted in astronomy. In astrology, he's still a planet. So look for news around COVID around the 22nd. Mercury goes into retrograde on September 26th. You will already be feeling the effects up to a week and a half before this. So be checking your bank accounts, making sure money goes where it needs to. Be making sure that you confirm with your mates, your partners, your work colleagues that the email was received, that you talk to the people, that they understand what you need, that type of things. Make sure to back up your computers by the 25th.
Yeah. Side note, just real quick before you continue that along, guys, it's seriously, seriously important, and it is so much easier now than it has ever been at any other time in computing history to have backups. I'm talking about, please set up your Microsoft account. Please let your files back up to OneDrive. Like, just the key important stuff you absolutely critically have to have, meaning baby photos. Because that's where people lose their shit. You can replace everything else, but like all those critical photos, all the critical stuff, please avail yourself of OneDrive. It makes my life so much easier, and any other IT person you will ever talk to's life so much easier. When your computer dies and you do not have a complete emotional breakdown. And we understand it. Don't get me wrong. I have knocked... insert a quick story real quick, then we'll totally get back. I had just successfully backed up everything onto one storage drive and began deleting files off of all the drives I had to accumulate to get everything onto that one drive, when I tripped over a cable, yanked that drive off onto the floor, and destroyed it. I know the pain. Like, I'm an IT person. I did this to myself. I literally had to, like, have a minute to compose, because I lost stuff I will never be able to get back, because I had already wiped those drives. Anyway, back to where we were.
All right, so back to answering some questions here. Mercury in pissing off in Capricorn Pluto is a good time to remember, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So as far as the question about if COVID's going to be better news or worse news, I'm going to go, it's going to be worse, guys. In general. Unfortunately. As far as, oh Lord, what does Venus and Scorpio mean for me as a Virgo?
That's a look just on your face, like, oh damn.
You might want to arrange a babysitter, darling. That's the nicest way I can put that triangle of events going on there.
Ooh, that's a little different. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Well.
Mm-hmm. Then, of course, you know, we've got all this retrograde going on in general. You know, Mercury in retrograde. Let me flip over to October, because everything gets better in October, guys. So Mercury's in retrograde. We have a new moon in Libra. Pluto goes direct finally on October the 6th in Capricorn. That will be a good thing, because he's been in retrograde for a while now. Kyros goes retrograde in Gemini. This is the healer planet. This transit could end relationships because they're too clingy or predatory. It's hard to keep our attentions to just one person for too long. It's a good period to explore and discover new things. Mm-hmm. I'm looking over the chart here. Saturn goes strict because, yes, Saturn is in retrograde. So if you've been feeling like you can't get anything done, you can thank Saturn in retrograde. He starts heading direct on the 10th in Aquarius, and this will make things a little bit better for our business people, for people trying to get things together.
Oh, thank God. Some of us are losing our shit. Can we just point that out? Like, we're not immune. No. Like, guys, he can sit here and read this. We're not immune. Like, I just want to point that out. We are not immune. Mm-hmm. We have been slammed for a while. So, yeah, it happens to us, too. So don't feel alone. Everyone else is there. I've actually had to realize that with some of my clients as well. Right. Like, I've had that freak out for the last while. Like, oh, my God, this client is going to hate me. Mm-hmm. And no, they're just as screwed over as I am. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Someone who understands.
Right. The other key date here is October 17th. The sun in Libra squares off with Pluto in Capricorn. This is a negative aspect, and you can bring out power struggles, bruised egos, and conflicts in our relationships. Let me translate that. This is a negative aspect where governments may have bruised egos, Republicans, and create conflicts.
Ooh.
Also on the 17th, Jupiter goes direct in Aquarius. Our luck and good vibrations return to us. Mercury goes direct in Libra. Libras, you guys have got a full house of legalities and problems going on. Finally, back into balance, you can begin working on relationships and finding harmony in your words with Mercury moving more direct into Libra. The 20th, full moon in Aries. This will be the time, the first sign of the zodiac, encourages new beginnings, bold during conflicts and compassions. Then right back to the 22nd, we have Mars in Libra squaring off with Pluto in Capricorn. Our primary movements will make efforts to even be more intense, possibly leading us to confrontations, arguments, and bitter fights.
Ooh.
Yes.
And this is all before, like, fucking Halloween?
This is before Halloween.
Jesus!
So, if you guys remember, we got power struggles going on with pissed off Pluto on the 17th. Not 7 days later, he's going to be pissing off Mars, which is the war planet. I would not be surprised if between the 17th and the 22nd, there is a flurry of news about COVID. There is a flurry of information going on. There is a flurry of turning over information. We also may have governmental battles going on left, right, and center.
I'm sorry, but does the next 6 weeks just sound like an episode of, like, Dynasty?
Mm-hmm.
To anyone else?
Right.
Like, God. Like, oh.
Right.
Just saying. It
I know.
does.
Now.
Hey, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. This is leading up to All Hallows Eve, but we'll get there. All right. So Neptune has been very quiet over in Pisces, been very much just allowing us to figure things out. Venus decides to go and piss on Neptune's planet. Don't believe on the 26th. Do not believe everything you hear. There's so politically could have us believing extremely interesting and accurate facts, especially in our relationships with people. Okay. Leading us into Mars entering Scorpio on the 30th of October, and the Sun in Scorpio pissing on Saturn in Aquarius, causing difficult combinations of energies going on here. You want to be very careful October 30th through the 35th, through November 5th.
Okay.
With your vehicles, with your people, be watching. This will be a time that I ban arguments in my house.
Like, nope, don't even start it. Oh, I can understand that one. So Devin has a question, but I have one first.
Okay, well, we need to back up here because we've got other questions too in that.
Okay. Well, let's get back up there. Okay, what did okay, so there's a question about, so COVID news will get better or worse?
Worse.
Okay.
And we may even find out we've been getting inaccurate data by the end of October about how bad this disease really is.
All right. Ashley asked, lots of sex or lots of crazy? And I think I know the answer, which is, now slam those two concepts together.
Exactly.
Like, I think there's a song called S&M. You might want to, like, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you get the idea. If you want to put it in musical terms. So Kathy asked, is this when us medical people are going to be called in as you have thought?
Kathy, that's already occurring. That is already occurring. They are calling in retired nurses. They are calling in doctors. They are calling in veterinarians to man stuff.
Yeah. Well, Kathy also points out nurses here are quitting in groves because they're exhausted. Yeah.
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 They can't keep going like this. We are already seeing deployment of federal nurses and doctors. We are seeing deployment of National Guard.
Yeah.
That
Well,
aren't
because
medically trained.
on like if you back up like 2 years, just back up a couple of years here, and before, nursing and the medical profession in general could be very hard, especially when you're talking emergency medicine, and especially when you're talking about hospital medicine, nursing home medicine. All of those can be demanding enough as it was before all this. Now, with all this, with people being out because they're sick or they've been exposed and they're waiting for test results and they're, doing everything you're supposed to do, it hasn't gotten easier. It's gotten not only harder just in volume of work, there's fewer people doing it more commonly. And all of the people that are there have had it.
Well, not only that, but they have been conditioned. Like the old nursing floors that I'm used to with 79 patients to myself.
Mm-hmm.
We have a mutual friend, and I was talking with him, and he's like, "Oh my God, if we have more than 8, we have to call somebody in."
Yeah.
And I'm looking at him going, "What? 8?
That's an improvement, though. Like
Yeah,
that's an improvement. That's a better ability to have more one-on-one patient care.
Exactly. That's a great improvement in the industry, but the problem is these new nurses, and they've even put student nurses. If you have had a year in nursing, you are on the floor in some hospitals right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're calling the nursing schools and demanding to bring the students in. 1 year in nursing, you know how to give a pill, a shot, and take a blood temperature. That's
Fair
it.
enough. Fair enough.
That's all they need.
I mean, and right now this is trial by fire. If you were ever going to make it in this profession, by God,
right?
If you can be a nurse right now, if you can seriously, as a student, as a youngin, be a nurse right now, I will pretty much make a guarantee, and I see whether you back this. I think you're good for the rest of your career if you can make it through this.
Yes.
You can make it through anything.
Yes.
Like, you will find the rest of your career easy in comparison.
Right.
And you'll be talking in 30, 40 years to a bunch of babies telling them, back in my day.
Back in my day, we didn't have charts. Back in my day, we didn't have computers. Back in my day, we had to count pills. Back in my day, they're doing everything they can right now to keep the hospital safe. It is bad enough that hospitals are saying, do not come to my ER. We do not have access to an ER. Do not, Mercer County recently said that, please go to another ER. Do not come to our ER.
Yeah, and we're starting to see more and more hospitals closing down the visitors to, it's pretty much we're headed back towards lockdown.
Well,
great to say, and it may not be formal.
Right. I'm going to say this. Probably looking at this Mars squaring off Pluto in Capricorn on October 22nd, we may see, I'm going to say this, I'll take amends if I'm wrong, we may see a large change back to the toilet paper shortage. We are going to see people choosing to not engage with other people unless it's through screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of have to.
It's coming.
I keep saying Bridge Day. I like for West Virginia specifically. I think we're going to make it without the, and I mean that facetiously, but we're going to make it to Bridge Day without a mask mandate, without across the state return to e-learning. And then I think after Bridge Day, soon thereafter, we're going to basically see the end of it. And it's like, okay, because for West Virginia, if y'all, for those of you who are watching out of area, not familiar, we basically have a tourist season in which, the majority of people who come to West Virginia for tourism are here for tourism. And that pretty much dies after Bridge Day. That's the closer. I forget what the opener is. Help me out there. I know it's back in like May.
No, it's March 12th.
Okay, what is that one?
It's just the opening of Golly season.
Okay. So that's our majority tourism. Now we do have winter tourism. There's, ski resort kind of things. And we do have some year-round open things like the Greenbrier, for instance, if you're into gambling and things like that, and conference season and all that. But the bulk majority is in that span, and we're coming up on the end of that with Bridge Day.
Right.
And I say once Bridge Day happens, everything else will cancel out.
Right.
Shut it down. So Kathy has a question, but Kathy, let's go ahead and get your birth date, because I think that's more of a reading question than it isn't. Okay. So Kathy says, should I sign up, but it will affect my health, but I think we need to be ready, still seeing me being needed.
Kathy, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. No, do not sign up. Okay. Your health is at too much of a risk for what we're putting these nurses into. Sorry, I'm going to call it as it is. If they desperately need people, then join. Otherwise, you need to be de-string like I am, sitting back and just getting our households ready. Ashley, you will stay pregnancy free, but I think you should take standard precautions as normal.
Yeah.
There's a high possibility of us going into lockdown across the United States by states. North Carolina, I don't think is going to miss this one much. There's actually some policies in North Carolina that may be problematic.
Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's from the astrologer's perspective. I will always tell you this is an astrologer's perspective. It doesn't mean Kathy, you can't keep doing it. Your health is too vulnerable. You cannot go and work the floors right now.
No.
You like we are masking. We are masking when we go out. We are highly recommending masking. We are highly recommending hand sanitizer. We are highly recommending to follow the standard precautions that have been laid in, that have been a part of medical care since the early 1800s. That seems to work. Vaccinations will continue. We will probably get a booster, I would say, in October. They're meeting, I think, September 20th to decide if the federal government will allow everyone to get the booster, if it's going to be half the population.
There's been some back and forth on that, I've seen, though.
Yes, there is some back and forth on that. Yes.
Yeah, and flu shots. Don't forget the flu. Now is not a time to end up in a situation where you are having to deal with the fear when you have the flu of it being COVID. Like, just get the flu.
This is my astrology perspective of it.
Mm-hmm.
This will be either one or two ways. And it's because it's where the planets are sitting in a certain situation. It is either going to be a deadly flu season or it's going to be a quiet flu season. It will be the choice of the public. If we do what we did last time, we will possibly not see a flu season. But get your flu shots. Get your flu shots. Take them. Flu shots actually activate onto different things that help the body with more than just the flu. I think that we will get to a time when the flu shot and the COVID shots are the same shot.
at this point, welcome to 2021. We're pretty much there.
Well,
like, just give it all.
And that's where I'm at with it. And we had to go, I had to consult SuperDoc because I kept going through CVS, and every time, do you want this shot? Do you want that shot? We offer this one, we offer that one. And I'm like, I don't know. Should I take them? Should I not? And he's like, get them all.
Yeah. Well, and that's a big step forward, though. I got to point this out. I know why CVS is doing it. I know why Walmart's doing it. I know why Walgreens is doing it. It makes some money. It's quick, easy money. They already have your insurance information. You know they are billing that. So they're making some quick bucks. But can I just point out that comparatively, that puts healthcare and probably, well, it does literally put healthcare into areas and to people that would ordinarily maybe only see a doctor once a year, if that often.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate it on some levels. That it's making it quick, it's making it easy, it is making sure that you have options here.
Right.
That you don't have to wait for the drive at the local hospital that occurs during that, Thursday afternoon, that you're busy, that, oh, I'll try to catch the next one, but I don't know when that is. Like, it's really easy.
Right.
To end up having to wait to get your flu shot or wait to do these things. I like the fact that we do have pharmacies starting to step up, and even if they are making a bunch of money off of it,
let them.
Yeah, seriously, make it. It's worth it.
I'm going to read Sandy's question. I'm going to answer this. Sandy, 11/1956. Should I get my flu shot this early? I normally do it in November. Yes, Sandy, get it now. Get your vaccines as soon as you can get them. If you have not had a pneumonia vaccine, get the pneumonia vaccine. Yes, you're going to feel like crap for 2 days. Yes, it will help your immune system. The more we can pre-program the immune system, the easier these times will be. Now, our goalpost is December 19th. Chiron goes direct in Aries. Now, Chiron is not a planet. It is an asteroid. It is the asteroid of healing. It is known as the Wounded Warrior. It has been retrograde for a very long time now.
I have to drop out for just a second.
That's fine. Okay, so Chiron, let me go and look at my chart here and see when Chiron went retrograde. I would be highly interested in when it hit. July 15th. Chiron went retrograde July 15th. So the asteroid over healing went retrograde July 15th. Y'all watching, y'all can fill me in on what has occurred since July 15th health-wise. I say pure fucking craziness. In July, we were headed back. We were headed back. So let's hold it together, guys. We're going to stock up. We're going to, this is things I'm doing personally. Y'all choose to do it or not. Chiron goes direct December 19th. That's going to be my hope that in between that time, we're going to be taking precautions. We're going to be following stuff. We're not going to be stupid. We're not going to be drinking bleach.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing to point out here and to really redline it for everyone, pneumonia, struggling to breathe now with COVID, no, get the pneumonia shot. But also, when we're talking about emergency medicine right now, a lot of these hospitals are just, they don't have room for your shit. So if you can, outside of the emergency medicine system, get like a tetanus booster, do it. Seriously, think about it. Like, that's one less thing you have to worry about.
Right. So our target date to get through this storm or this wave, and I think we're going to start seeing surges go down, will be December 19th.
Oh, goody.
It won't go away. This is it going down.
Yeah.
This is us getting a reset or start rebuilding where we were. Let me see if anyone pisses Pluto off through. Oh, Mercury, planet of communication, in Capricorn, conjunct with Pluto in Capricorn. That means they're sitting side by side talking. We like that.
Okay.
That is December 30th.
Oh, okay. So Sandy, not you. Like, not you, Sandy, not you. Sandy has issues. Sorry, they were pointing out with tetanus. Yeah, so not you. But I'm just saying, if you can, if
Right.
you have taken that shot successfully in the past, because you did. I know you did. Not Sandy, obviously, but others have. You had one in your juvenile shot booster series. If you didn't have problems then, you can take it now. But yeah, definitely consider it, please.
These are things I highly recommend stocking up on. First aid kits.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend stocking up on shelf storage foods. I recommend stocking up on things you need every day.
Yeah.
Things you use every day.
And I do want to like draw a small distinction here. We're not talking about your end of the world food prep. You're going to go live in a shelter for 3 years, kind of stock up.
No.
We're just talking like plan to have some issues getting stuff and be able to get through your daily life without it being an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
That like, fuck, we're out of everything.
Right.
Hey, Dottie.
Hi, Dottie. I think weather is going to be crazy this year. I think that we may have a very mild winter with very hard storms. Hi, Dottie. We're talking astrology, by the way, Dottie. Hop in here and give your perspective on any of it you like to in the commentary. You are most welcome to do so.
Absolutely.
Just not looking at the patterns we've had.
Mm-hmm.
We are overdue in West Virginia for a blizzard. The eastern seaboard is overdue for a blizzard. We are overdue for a lot of stuff that may occur. This will affect your daily lives.
Yeah.
I also recommend getting a secondary power source. This is a battery backup. This is a thing that you can just carry around in your car or your house to plug your cell phones into. I think cell phones are going to become more and more important over the next 2 years to the human life. Oh, it is. Well, honey, I'll help you with that later.
Yeah. But no, and the costs have really dropped down on those. Mm-hmm. Like these are not the big expensive things they used to be. They're very wall rechargeable, friendly. Like they're not that big. They don't take up a lot of space. And sadly, over the summer, there were a lot of clearances on those. Like the hand crank deals, the ones that you charge, before something happens. When you know there's a storm coming, just go ahead and pop it back on for a few minutes and make sure it's good to go. It really can help a lot, especially if you end up in a situation where it's not that bad in the beginning, but then it gets to be an untenable position. You need to evacuate and you need to know where to go.
Right.
To be able to get that information, stay in touch with everyone, and make sure you can. And I'm going to say this, what I would normally say is be able to call for help when you need it, like 911, those kinds of services. I don't know if the way 2021 is going, that's really going to be a thing.
Right.
I seriously have to say for the rest of this year, at the way things are already shaping up, if you're having a medical emergency, I don't know what to tell you right now. Like it used to always be call 911, go to the hospital. That's not really where we're at right now.
Right.
Like it's a lot of taking care of yourself before things get out of hand.
And making correct choices. Keeping your medications up, keeping in contact with your major primary care physician. You may have specialists, but you need to be keeping in contact with your primary. Find out what they're doing in their office. Ask them to keep you updated on the situations of your care.
Mm-hmm.
Many doctors have no problem shipping an email going, no, you need to stay home. Like I'm right now avoiding humans. My doctor has told me they are bad for my health.
Yes. So after we changed his diet, then we realized that no, the real problem is he can't be around them in public. Oh, come on. It's funny.
It's quite funny. So I'm not being the dreader. I'm saying this is what the astrology forecast says for us through the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Stock up, prep, budget, keep cash on hand, do your preventative measures. Like with Mercury getting ready to go into retrograde, you're going to do a preventative measure. You're going to back up your phone. You're going to back up your computer to a source of your choice. I personally love OneDrive. I personally love Google Drive. I'm not really pleased with Dropbox, but we'll deal with Dropbox if you want to.
Yeah.
Back those up. Make sure to go in and check your bank accounts daily, that bills are being paid. Even if they're on auto draft, make sure they go through.
Yeah.
Or don't go through.
Well, yeah, if you're trying to get rid of something, make sure they don't go through.
Right. Don't be surprised if you don't have bills that appear up that you haven't heard from or seen in 200 years.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is what the chart says. This is what astrology says in general. These are generalities, but these are things that astrologers are seeing. Every time someone pisses off Pluto, we have a COVID problem.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Chiron is retrograde, which means he ain't healing. He's doing anything to detriment anything.
It's kind of a negative little series here. I'm sorry. I feel like we're doing the Debbie Downer segment.
Okay, well, fine. Let's talk about some of the fun stuff going on in September, astrology-wise.
Okay, we have good stuff. Like that
There
was
is good stuff. I mean, you know, the new moon in Virgo was awesome. It got us all in line. We started fixing our shit. The full moon in Pisces, if you're trying to plan a project, get things done, that's when you want to do it on the 20th. Of course, we all know Venus is dancing in love over into Scorpio, who we know is a lover. Mm-hmm.
Reading Brenda's comment, it took me a second. I had to reread it.
Okay, read it to me because I'm not looking at that screen right now.
All right. So going back to banks and bank accounts and financial things, check every day. Friends are finding charges they didn't make and having to get new cards. Last 2 weeks has been bad up their direction for that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it happens, guys. Sadly, I do have to point this out. Like hackers, criminals, scammers, etc., really love periods of turmoil. When people are distracted, when people are not paying attention, like in addition to their love for the elderly and, you know, a generation that trusts a little too much, and is very responsive to authority, they also love periods of turmoil and stress, or any way they can generate that in others.
Right.
Like every scam, or a lot of scams, are built around emotional manipulation.
Brendan, I bet, and I'm going to say this, they will probably find 2 gas pumps that are like common gas pumps. Like everyone goes to this gas station or that gas station. They will find that they've got a transmitter there that's scanning the card.
Or a Walmart, or a, you know, restaurant like that is really popular. Like there's something.
Mm-hmm.
And that, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because think back to the beginning when like this whole, you know, dam broke. I just have to say, a compound word, and you know it. Heartland, the stupid card processing company that had a problem that was used by TJ Maxx and Marshalls. What was the other one? Target, I think. Anyway, so yeah, this crap happens, and it's especially when systems are already strained and people aren't paying attention. There's bigger things going on in the world. This is also a great time, unfortunately, for people to do bad things. It's sort of like all the horrible things that happen during a protest sometimes.
Right.
Or a lot of times that, there's already chaos. You can get away with a lot in the middle of chaos.
Yep.
So, yeah, be very careful. Watch your accounts carefully. Watch your email accounts, your digital accounts, your online accounts. Be careful with those as well.
Right.
Now's a great time for people to start sending you, dream sounding offers and opportunities. Because when you enter where we are now, which is unfortunately a very demoralizing time, morale is low. People are really susceptible to hope.
Right.
False hope, but hope. That they've won $1 million, that they might have won something, that they might be, picked up for a new job, that a headhunter's really after them and they just need this information and they'll start this wonderful new opportunity.
Right.
Be very, 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 very careful. And I know this sounds like the total Debbie Downer segment.
Well, it isn't. I've got some good things.
But be very, very careful.
Yes.
With anything that comes from someone you don't know that starts to pull the hope heartstring.
Right.
Like, be very careful with that.
Right. Now, we do have two aspects in September. One of them is what we call the lotto aspect.
Okay.
Okay. So, Venus in Scorpio opposes Uranus. A once-in-a-year aspect that could bring windfalls or disasters to love and finances. A surprising day either way. Okay? So that is Russian roulette day for everybody. September 23rd, go buy a lottery ticket. Go have fun. It can be a great day or it can be a bad day. In both love and finances.
Yeah. It also means that's another day to be very, very careful. Like, watch it.
Right. All right. So, and then the Venus in Scorpio trines Neptune in Pisces. A romantic day that could bring love, passion, and creativity will be September 29th.
There we go.
Yep. And then, of course, the 29th is the best day for planning. It could bring us reconciliations for earlier efforts on long-term goals. And that's the Sun in Libra trying Saturn and Aquarius, meaning they're talking to each other. So it's not all bad, but these are things I'm seeing astrology-wise that we need to be paying attention to.
Okay.
All right. So you got a package today. It's on your desk.
I know. That was my question. Like, that was my thing.
You get to do an unboxing.
How bad is Joe's desk? I missed there was a package. I mean, it's a small package, but I missed there was a package on my desk. Oh, dear God. Okay, let me find my happy, trusty, super technical tool. I love it. It opens boxes beautifully. Had it for years.
Carefully open that box.
I am. Although I don't think I needed to be careful. I think they wrapped it for like nuclear winter.
Good.
Like, oh, well, if I pull it the right direction. It's a backwards box. Do y'all ever get those? The boxes that what it looks like you should do, which would be to pull this part, is the inverse of what you need to do.
Yep.
That's where I was. So, all right, we had told you guys about this a while back, and it actually hit me the other day. Like, wait a second, I thought my last message was that these were going to be coming out soon. So yeah, so I'm doing the unboxing basically, like, ooh, bubble wrap, it's ASMR. So, you know, get your thrills. I love bubble wrap, by the way. But yeah, you'll be doing the review. And this is, if I can ever, good God. They really did not want these to be damaged in shipping.
Good.
All right. The Deck of Care.
Okay, so go ahead and open the box.
Yes. Well, 52 self-care activities and a deck of playing cards. Play, learn, and care. So, yeah. All right. So, more plastic, which I hate because I don't have fingernails. Not really. Hoo-hoo! I made it. So, yeah. Ooh. Aw, learn to care. They tell you right on the flap. Learn to care.
Cool.
Yes. Some things just make me happy. So this was a Kickstarter. I was like, it totally has to happen. So yeah, so the first card at the very top of the deck is this one. And it is the Care card. And it tells you there are 4 ways to play with the Deck of Care. For more resources, go to exhaustedmillennial.com. This is the group that put this deck together. They've been very awesome. Their Kickstarter has been phenomenal. They literally did deliver on time. There was a point in which they thought they were going to get everything out early, but it didn't. So yes, you can use it as a deck of cards. It literally does trying to do this. I was never meant to be a magician. So I can't spread a deck to save my life. But yeah, so it is a regular deck of cards on one hand, as well as, and I'm doing a lovely unboxing because now I've already dropped, I don't know, a few cards. This is going well, don't you think?
You're doing wonderful, darling. So tell us about the paper quality.
Basic playing card. Like, nice basic playing card, but basic playing card.
Okay, so it's going to hold up. It's not that
Yeah.
Chinese printed crap.
Oh, yeah. These are the ones that, are, plastic coated.
Okay, so
Like
what
the ones that...
4 areas of care?
So, yeah, play through the... so you can shuffle and play a random card or play through an entire suit to explore an area of life. Each is represented by a whimsical animal. So there's an owl for logical thinking. Oh, good Lord, I should not have been... I do not know what the animal is for passion, but okay, let's run away. There's a narwhal for emotion, and a sloth for material world.
All right. So you're going to remove the care instruction card.
Yes.
Set that to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Remove any jokers that they have included.
Oh, but their jokers are so flippin' cute. Like, look at those.
Okay, but set this to the side.
Okay.
Now you're going to shuffle the cards, and I'm going to take my little mousey and land on a commenter's name, and you're going to draw a card for them.
Okay, well, 1 second. Let me grab the ones that fell. Which maybe that's the more important part.
So which 2 jumpers did you get?
They're both jokers. Yeah. So there we go.
Okay.
Or jacks, sorry.
So what's the card say? What is your message?
All right. So what the cards say for the Jack of Clubs is explore a new place. Very cool. And Jack of Spades, which is pick up a new practical skill.
All right, let's put that into practice.
Alrighty, that was our jumper series. So, okay, Joker and Joe.
All
Come
right.
on.
So your first pull will be and for those wondering, yes, I'm using my mouse to scan along.
Okay, you're going to have to give me a second to shuffle.
I know.
You know I'm slow at this.
Yep.
Like, I will not be taking over. Oh, Ashley gets it.
Yep, Ashley's the first pull.
Okay. And how many cards we doing here? Just one?
Just doing one pull.
Okay. Well, let me see if... Okay. Well, they don't want to shuffle anymore, so I guess we're good to go. Aww. Going with our theme. You have the Ace of Hearts.
Okay, read the card.
Spend some time daydreaming about what makes you truly happy. Aww.
Okay.
Very cool, very cool.
Scan it again.
All right, you gotta give me a... Okay, well, I guess when it's flipping cards the wrong way, we're ready to go.
Kathy.
Oh, Kathy. All right, so you're... Well, hearts again. None of hearts. There we go, so y'all can see. Is very cute. Ask yourself what you need right now. Give it to yourself. There you go, guys. I think Kathy, yeah. Oh, ooh, what the heck?
Devin.
I know, but that's a comment.
Uh-huh.
Like, what all is... Okay. I'm just going to shuffle the cards. Okay, I don't think they're shuffling anymore. Oh, come on. It's back.
Read the answer.
Spend some time daydreaming about what makes you truly happy, Devin.
Okay. Now, Devin did have a question, and I want to address it. When I find it, Devin, while we're here, it was about joining a coven. This is my recommendations all the time for anyone wanting to join a coven. Hang out with them. Get to know them. Get to know what they're doing. Compare your belief systems. Make sure that you feel comfortable with not just one person, but everyone there before you join a coven. Okay.
Alrighty. I want to draw one for you.
Well, draw Brenda first.
Aw. I'll go with Brenda first?
Yes.
Okay, well, now I have to shuffle again.
Yes.
Aw, that wasn't fair. Okay. Sorry, I am really bad at shuffling.
No, you're not. You just need practice.
Damn. Like, my fingers don't move like they used to. Once upon a time, I had dexterity. All right. So, again with the hearts, guys, what is the emotional damage here? And literally, I'm getting ready to read this one. Identify a negative emotion. Recognize others may feel like this too. Be kind to yourself.
Yep.
Aw. I like this deck.
I know you do. All right, now you can shuffle and pull a card for me.
Okay. Do you need a cane, Joe? Basically. That's where I'm at in my life. Like, I am the age of old I thought was old back in the day. I have exceeded that, actually. I'm now practically geriatric, so okay. Oh, finally, something different.
Okay.
All right, so you got the Jack of Diamonds. So
Okay.
there we go. And that is craft something you've never made before.
I'm working on that.
I know you are. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I like this. This was worth the money.
Yeah, I think
Like,
it
the
was.
Kickstarter wasn't bad.
No.
I think we spent like $30.
Well, we spent what we averagely do on a deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not bad. This is pretty decent. And you have your own unwrapped copy.
Oh.
Because I bought two.
Yes, you did. So
That $30 was two decks.
Uh-huh.
I was like, that's worth it.
Yep. So baristas, what do you think of of Reader Joe? He's not exactly psychic. He's more reader.
Okay. No, not really. Like that, I literally read the card. Like
that is Oracle cards. Welcome to the Oracle card deck.
I know, but you always talk so much about the fact that like there's the card and what the card says and what the card means, and then there's what it actually means in context.
Mm-hmm.
So, But yeah, I'm liking these, and I don't know where I lost the box at. Oh dear, I got to be careful the rest of the show. I dropped it in the floor. And I don't want to step on that.
No.
But
like and we may start using these as a daily poll for everybody. We'll see.
Awesome.
It takes some work.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've thought about doing, and I may get to it. Well, see, he's took the tarot class more than anybody.
Seriously. I'm like, that's no joke. Like, I've been through that class multiple times.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I can't with the shuffling.
I know.
And I get really nervous. It's like
I just got to overbook myself and stick you in a room.
Oh gosh, that one woman at Heyman House's dream is going to come true, isn't it?
If you keep it up.
She was determined I was going to read for her that day.
Yes, she was.
And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm telling you right now. Like, from the Betty Crocker cookbook, is that what you would like me to read? Like, that's what I got for you here.
Well, that's actually a reading system that people don't think about is bookology. You take a book, normally like the Bible, you open it up to a page, and you take the Bible and a key. You put the key in you just open the page and drop the key on the page, and wherever it lands is the answer to your question. We may do that one night for fun here. I have to get with Mama Knight and see if she will loan me the Black Bible.
Oh no, Brenda, I'm mixing instead of. Sorry, I read that backwards. Mm-hmm. I am mixing instead of shuffling, and that's because if I had shuffled on camera, I will guarantee y'all would have seen the beginning of a game of 52 card pickup. Guarantee.
Card pickup, and no, we don't play that here.
No, I hate that game.
All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this show. This show is a little bit more flavorful. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you've had fun. I hope it was informational. And let us know if you like what we're doing here. You can do that in a few different ways. By becoming a barista, by sending us a lovely compliment. It would really done my heart joy. Someone sent me a compliment the other day about it.
Mm-hmm. We don't necessarily need money we like knowing you guys enjoy the content.
Right.
Like you're here, you're enjoying, you're having a good time. I really loved when Mary had said, and I think that was Friday, or maybe it was last Tuesday. Like Joe laughed, my day is made. And I'm like, aw.
Okay. Right. And always remember to do the YouTube-y, Facebook-y, LinkedIn, stitch things like it, comments. The course is always great. Please do that.
Oh, yeah.
It helps us out.
Absolutely. But we do want to specifically thank our Patreon sponsors, Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Guest, Shannon C, Shannon D, and of course the ever lovely and wonderful Lady Gwendolyn. We love you guys so much. These are our baristas. They support the show through Patreon. And if you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how to become a Patreon sponsor and become one of our wonderful baristas and receive all those lovely benefits, please visit PCSPnetwork.com.
Yep. And we will see you guys on Friday. That is a different show if you haven't watched this before.
Mhm.
That focuses mainly on GLBT issues. I have started doing readings on the show,
Mhm.
but there will be a lot of talk about Texas and some of the crap they're doing down there.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
guarantee that. And who knows what else will pop up in the news.
Aw, Sandy, okay, I love that. I look forward to it and the change up. Never know what's next. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, guess what, Sandy? Neither do we.
You know, we just try stuff and we try to have fun and we try to make sure you guys have fun.
Right.
And get some news and get some laughs.
Mhm.
There we go.
And get a psychic perspective of the world. So until Friday, guys, have a great evening. Bye, y'all.
Bye.